What a choppy day for most traders. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions here with a very quick market recap. So today the CPI data report was released, and as soon as it was released, it caused the market to gap up because according to the report, if you actually read it, it looks like inflation came in at 2.7% versus the expectation of 3%, lower than what was expected. But then there began to be a lot of sell-in pressure presenting itself because some traders and investors can actually read the CPI report. And I'm very happy to hear the feedback that I got in my previous video. I made it very easy to understand the uncertainty and the concern of the most recent CPI report. This is directly from the bls.gov/CPI website. And if you look, October, November, no actual data inputted. And if you look at the overall line items for October and November, there's supposed to be data points here, as there is for every other month. But there's only 3 of the line items. We have gasoline, we have new vehicles, and used cars and trucks that were actually reported. Everything else was left blank. So again, I want to remind you, yes, the CPI report was released. But no, it was not complete. That's like going to a doctor, asking for a full panel blood test, and him only checking your cholesterol levels. That is not what the report is for. So therefore, the data that is being shared is bogus. And that's what a lot of people are beginning to see. And that's why our focus is turning for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we have the PCE report. This is 1 hour before the market opens. The PCE report is the Federal Reserve's favorite measure of inflation because we all know that the Federal Reserve's committee are not a bunch of idiots, right? They know how to read CPI reports, and they will clearly see that this data does not support a rate cut when it's incomplete. That simple. So tomorrow's PCE report is going to be crucial to get a better understanding if inflation is actually going down or if that was just the gimmick and it's actually going to go up. And I could see why there was so much uncertainty with the market with the quick rallies and the quick corrections as we were struggling to surpass 613 for QQQ, but also struggling to break below 607.50. I had a lot of fun trading today. I shorted QBTS. I made $3,100. This position is fully closed other than my one lucky share. And it was very easy to catch the hype because, again, once markets began to sell off, it's always the speculative stocks that crash the hardest. So it pumped and then it got rejected. It would pump and then get rejected. I didn't make a ton of money, but I'm happy with the money that it is that I did make. On top of that, I also ended up taking a quick little short, of course, on MSTR. I made $5,700 on this trade alone, closing out my trade fully as, again, when in doubt, never be afraid to cash out. MSTR is nearly at its 52-week low, once again proving that the ultimate money glitch is shorting MSTR. It's one of the worst performing stocks of 2025, and in the past 3 months, it has lost over 60% of its value. Again, making it one of the worst investments out there. A complete bullshit company, as many of you guys know. There was one stock that I traded today that at one point I was up over $4,000. Not every trade I take ends up going perfectly. The trade ended up going against me. This is DJT. This is Trump stock. It released news today. It pushed up. It became overbought, and I began to short it. But guess what? Direction was in favor of the bulls. And that's something that I should have accepted sooner. But I didn't. And again, I paid the price. I gave back all that I made today, going from $4,000 in the green on DJT to ending $299 in the red is what I closed at. But I still think that there's huge gap down potential. So this is definitely an overbought stock I'm excited to short. Why? Because I believe DJT is a gimmicky bullshit company that doesn't make any money and eventually will correct itself once the hype fades. And I don't know why when I say that, people get offended. Oh, Ricky, you just want to see people lose money. Well, I lost money, and I don't expect you to feel bad for me. We're all here for the same reason, so why pretend like we're not? We're all here to make money. You making money as a stock pumps up doesn't make you any more right than I am for trying to make money on this stock as it retraces. Again, we're all here with the same intention, to make money. Your inability to take profits is not my fault. Just like my decision to open up a short end direction went against me and I gave back the money I made today, the only person at fault is myself. Hold yourself accountable. You can't be trading bullshit stocks and then get offended when direction turns against you. Again, like this market will destroy you if that's the type of mindset that you have. Hold yourself accountable. There's a reason all these bullshit speculative companies are crashing. And yeah, they can pump up for a short period of time, but we all know one thing. When there's uncertainty in the market, it's always the gimmicky companies, the speculative assets that sell off first. And that's why I love the idea of shorting speculative assets like Bitcoin. Did you guys recently see that XRP, if I'm not mistaken, is this it? XRP has now dropped 3.3%. And if you would have purchased XRP in the past year, you would have lost money. If you look at Ethereum, literally 4 years from now, if you look at Ethereum and look at the levels that it was trading at over 4 years ago, you can see the price that it's at now and where we were nearly 4 years ago. You literally would be down, if I'm not mistaken, because I think at one point towards the end of 2021, it actually pumped up to highs of 4,700, and then it came crashing down. So from where we are right now to where it was exactly 4 years ago, you would be down 25%. And again, maybe in the beginning, the story was true that, yeah, if you got in early, just like if you got in early for nvidia, if you got in really early for Amazon with just a few $1,000s, sure, you could have turned that into a few $1 million. But that's definitely not the case now, right? It takes money to make money. And the exponential growth that you experienced maybe 5-10 years ago with these speculative stocks or speculative assets are not the same return you're going to experience today. And that's okay to acknowledge that, but stop being convinced that ETH, when you buy or own 2 or 3 of these coins, it's going to make you a millionaire. It's not. It takes money to make money. And if you want to put your money in speculative assets that aggressively pump and then dump, be my guest. You have every right to, but you cannot complain once it corrects 80%. And then you want to point the finger at those that tried to encourage you to buy. Again, you're being made aware now. It's high risk. It's speculative. There's a reason like so many people stay away from crypto. And it's because of how risk adverse you need to be able to tolerate the downturn. I hope that this video, if it does trigger you, it triggers you in a way that really encourages you to ask yourself a very simple question. And what is the setups, as in like the stocks or the coins that you actually want to trade? Are you trading based off of criteria, or are you just buying something because someone is telling you that it's the future? Again, please do yourself a favor and understand the risk you are choosing to take. Simple risk to reward ratios. Understand your potential upside, but also acknowledge your potential downside. So therefore, you won't be surprised if the direction turns against you and you experience a loss. Please make sure that you don't use leverage with speculative assets, especially during an uncertain time. I want to see you do well, but I want to see you do well because you earned it, not because you feel like you deserve it. You deserve nothing in this market. So again, it's tough love, but that's exactly why so many people follow us that are part of our LPP team. I trade live every single morning, and it's just the raw live trading session. Whenever you want to tune on in, it's going to be the second link in the description down below, and it should be a fun live session because the PCE report will be released shortly before the market opens. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.